You're what? Oh god.
Hi.
Hey. So quickly before we jump in, I think everybody has experienced your channel because I talk about you guys a lot. But anyways, let's start this way and go around the loop. And introduce yourself briefly, talk about your channel, what you talk about, all that stuff.
All right. So, hey, y'all. I'm Mama Loves Manga.
You guys have seen me on the channel before with Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, I've been here. My name is Aisha, and I talk about manga on my channel. I'm a mom. I need to figure out a better way to say that because it sounds lame, but yeah, that's it.
All right, Melissa, that's you.
Hi.
I'm opposite today. I can't point. I'm struggling.
Hi. I'm Melissa Reed / Melissa Games, if y'all remember any of that. But anyway, I talk about books. I talk about manga. I'm in the query trenches, so it's a whole it's a whole voluntary mess.
Oh, that should be your new title.
Everything. What?
Voluntary mess.
Yay!
Oh, yes, for your passport.
Oh my god. That's an option.
It probably is.
If that's an option, which will be temporary until hopefully an agent loves me. Please love me this time. Please. That's
Oh my god, that's
I don't really have very much. Anyway, I talk about books. I talk about manga. I've been sporadic about videos lately. For that, I'm not apologizing because I've just been super busy. But it's cool. Like, if you like a disabled chick talking about books and manga and being angry about improper disability representation, of which there is a lot, then yeah, just come over here and you will get to enjoy my background and my face as I talk about those things. Yeah.
Yay.
All right, my queen Dylan, let's go.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I'm gay and I talk about manga, and you can see me on Dynamic Dylan. That's it.
And Dylan is the queen of Barra Bay.
Oh, yes, I am.
You need to go to Burger King and purchase one of those crowns, once the pandemic is done.
Oh, I have a crown.
You do?
It's just
put it on!
It's not in my apartment. It's at my sister's house.
How'd you forget your crown?
Queens have problems too. Okay, we cannot. Okay. That's all I have to say.
Hi to everyone who's here. I just saw that Life has popped in.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the comments. Hi, people. Hi, Life.
Hangout where we talk about manga, we talk about Animal Crossing, and anything else you guys kind of want to discuss. This is just kind of our
I can actually
hangout time.
Manga and Animal Crossing.
Anything that you want to talk about, and
you have a rare physical copy because Animal Crossing came out when the pandemic started.
I do because I went to GameStop the day it came out and bought it.
No, I do not have a physical copy of Animal Crossing.
I'm going to be completely off-brand of everything that we're about in today's stream and play the Sword and Shield DLC.
That's totally valid.
No. All right, so real quick, I want to say two things. Happy Pride. I haven't talked about it too much on my channel, but I have on my Instagram a little bit more.
Yay.
17th to everybody. So,
but mostly
me. Mostly here. But, yeah.
Let's be real. Happy Juneteenth, Black people.
Aisha, drop your manga wish list, please. I'll buy you something.
No, I refuse. It is Juneteenth.
You surprised me and Dylan with gift cards to write stuff for Christmas after
that's
for 2 months.
I forgot about that. I mean, that's fine. It's fine for me to do that. It's not fine for you.
Oh my gosh.
Before we dive into Animal Crossing and manga, well, this is also semi-related because video games. Can we talk about how Pokemon Snap 2 is coming out very soon?
Yes! I am not emotionally Can I just admit that, I never played the first one, and so I'm not super excited
it's
about it.
Okay, because I remember playing it on the N64 in a particular blue armchair in a certain apartment, and like I was like, I don't know how old I was. I just remember loving it so much. And oh my god, yes, you said yes, and it's thank you. And anyway, like, so when I was watching my friend's stream, I was watching my friend Vinny stream, and when he realized it was Snap, I'm like I think I honestly started crying.
Oh, it looks gorgeous too.
It's
beautiful, and I'm like, you're giving us Pokemon Snap 2, but plus 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so excited. It looks so good. And like, I mean, like playing Sword and Shield now is odd in comparison because you can tell it's just like it's not the same graphics engine. So it's like, okay, like yeah, it looks fine. And like, yeah, I have my, my eventual G-Max Bulbasaur, like just chilling in my park. I forgot I have repellent. Bad. I don't want a licky licky. I need to go look for mushrooms. I'm just so excited.
I know why you're laughing.
Like for Pokemon Snap, it's just gonna be amazing. And
I want a licky.
Just no. Just it looks awful in this game because
I wasn't talking about the Pokemon, but okay.
Well, whatever. Like, okay, look, like after 10 years, I'm impervious to your innuendos. That's basically how it unlocks. And
yeah, I know.
It's not appealing at all. But you know what does look appealing? Bulbasaur. He's adorable and he's the best. So yeah, I have my Bulbasaur. His name is Tyro, after Tyro from Avatar: The Last Airbender, who was Haru's a badass dad. And like, yes. So yeah. Anyway, I completely off course, both in the game and in the conversation.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, next question here. I know not at the current moment, but do you guys manga hunt at stores? I would if I carried manga. I just don't locally, but occasionally I'll check out things online like thrift books and stuff like that and get some secondhand manga that way. Just because I don't mind reading secondhand manga. You know, my manga doesn't have to look pristine and perfect. I would rather have something that looks a little loved and have and not have it because it's not perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So before all of this, I was an avid secondhand manga purchaser. Like, usually, like there's a place in Longmont, Colorado, that when I go, I have family in Boulder and Longmont, and so when I go visit, I have my favorite like little local shops to go to, and there's a secondhand bookstore. Now the name escapes me for whatever reason in Longmont that has a really good like secondhand manga collection, and I like to go there.
I'm jealous. I need one of those.
Oh my gosh, I was surprised because I didn't know what to expect. I love it. I also, when I go into like Oklahoma City, I think Tulsa has them too, but for sure Oklahoma City, they have their half price books at several locations, and I will go I will hit up all of them just to see. I love secondhand manga, and I know that there's like contention around that because some people are like, well, it doesn't support the artist, but like, I don't know. There are some things that are just out of print, you know, that you're not.
Thing is, with the platforms that we have, we're talking about what we're reading, and so people will go out and find those series and buy them. So
right,
the author a disservice. If anything, we're exposing America to more people.
Right.
So
and also,
I don't feel bad buying secondhand for that reason because I have a platform in which I share.
Right. Yeah. And also I tend to, when I buy secondhand, I tend to buy things that like series that are out of print, like that I genuinely I cannot get it anymore unless maybe digitally. And then also if I'm looking into a series that I'm not quite sure about, and I don't necessarily want to invest all of the money into it, you know, just in case I don't like it. I think that's a good option, you know, to get it secondhand, because that way you're not throwing all your money away. I mean, I throw my money away on other things, but
yeah.
I'd rather throw that money on a collector's edition of something I love than on something I might not love.
Right.
But that's That's a personal preference here.
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
Alright,
Bianca
so-
just told something.
How about you two? Did you have more to say on that? Another question waiting
Not
for us.
really, because oh, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say I pretty much agree with everything. I've always searched out manga at secondhand stores. And also because I'm just like I'm a cheap bitch, and if I find a manga for 25 cents, I'm gonna buy it whether or not I want it anyway.
Relatable.
Mhm.
Well, I
Which
don't
is not a
really do
good
it.
thing because sometimes it's like
No.
volume 7 of a series that I'll never buy.
You
but-
always do that, and it annoys me.
Sorry about it. I'm cheap.
Oh.
I mean, I got like 6 volumes of 1 Week Friends for like $1 each. That was
Mhm.
awesome.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah,
Okay,
go
Melissa.
search them out.
Melissa, you say your piece, and then we'll move on to this question. It was just about to like go away on my little side chat here, so I had to click it in,
Hang
so I
on.
didn't forget.
But speaking of BL recommendations, it ties in.
Okay.
I forgot you're eating, Melissa.
While she's
I'm
doing
also-
that, I'm going to quickly
I'm also
recommend
eating.
Hide and Seek, our Thirsty Thursday read. We are having that live show next week.
That.
I have volume 3 left to read, and I'm very excited.
So read Hide and Seek.
But, like, I say I
Dylan is
really,
because
he
we are
is. There we go. Well, like,
It is always within reach. Yaoi is always within reach.
but like, I don't actively do it just because like I don't. There really isn't a lot. But like I don't go to secondhand, but there are times where I go to like Kinokuniya in the city and like explore that because
wish I had one close to me.
it's an honest to God wonderland.
Mhm.
And
Those are fun.
and one time, since we're talking about BL,
Mhm. By the way, there's a recommendation right there as well from the.
ooh, didn't I
Ooh!
hear about that one? I have to look that up later.
Welcome
anyway.
home. Yes, queen.
Okay, so I was in Kinokuniya. It was a
Mhm.
rainy afternoon. I was there with some of my friends, and I purchased some yaoi, and all of the manga at Kinokuniya is wrapped in plastic, regardless of if it's mature or not.
Oh, okay.
And so I bought some yaoi, and I bought a My Hero Academia T-shirt. So I went up to the cashier, and at least my Kinokuniya is primarily staffed by Japanese people. So I went up there and I put yaoi on the countertop, and she like looked at the yaoi, looked at me, and she's like, "Do you have ID?" And like she was laughing, and I'm like, "Yeah." hang on." So I got my ID, and she looked at it. She gave it back to me. And then she had to go check. And then she had to go check something with the shirt. And it was taking a little bit. She comes back, and I could tell she was speaking Japanese. She comes back, and she's like, "I'm sorry." And I said "Daijoubu," and like she was not expecting this tiny
Oh my god.
Italian American white girl to say it's okay. and she's like, "Arigato," and I'm like, "Oh, I did it!" And
That's
it's like,
awesome.
I'm sure it made her day too.
like up until that moment, my favorite thing in the world, one of my favorite things in the world, was surprising people with the fact that I speak Spanish. Because my friend and I were at the zoo, and there was this family, I guess like a mom, a tia, and a little kid, and like they said something, they were speaking in Spanish, and I asked them, I'm like, do you need to sit here? And my friend just looks at me, and she's like, "You speak Spanish?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And like surprising people with that is really fun, and like surprising someone and making their day out of that was very fun. But anyway, like as far as secondhand yaoi recommendations, the only secondhand yaoi I have is Cafe Latte Rhapsody, which is what Dylan told me. I have to saving it for a rainy day. I'm
so cute.
Hide and Seek. I don't have one more volume left of that to do, and I'm really enjoying it. There is no plot at all, but like it's still very sweet and very adorable, and like I like how they care for each other, and like I don't know how it's gonna end. I don't think there's gonna be a conclusive ending at all, but that's just me, because like I could just see like, ending and it's fine.
Wait, I haven't
What?
started reading it yet.
Don't worry, I'm
Yeah.
not spoiling anything. Like I'm being vague as possible, but it is very good. And Cafe Latte Rhapsody, I'm very excited to read it because Dylan said it was really sweet, and I got it for like $10 and it's out of print. So
Mhm.
I was really surprised.
So
But-
quickly on another BL recommendation.
Oh, yes!
Yes.
Our
dining table.
Precious.
I love
This
it.
is pure as the driven snow. I love it so much. Go
Mhm.
read. Dining Table.
Also, I wouldn't be me.
It's cute and they're hot.
It's
Then that's all we need to say.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't bring out.
I loved it.
I have to get that. I'm buying that after the stream. I have to get liquor and cigarettes.
Yeah, she posted a solo Thirsty
It's
Thursday
so
about
good.
liquor and cigarettes. I immediately bought a digital copy and binged it because of the way she's thinking about it. Like, it's so good, guys.
It's so good.
Amanda
Dylan made a
here-
fantastic video about liquor and cigarettes too. What are you eating? Because it looks like ice cream.
Huh?
It's a corn dog.
It's a corn dog. Okay,
Oh, Dylan.
I was close. Okay,
I was trying to be classy about it.
discreet.
It's technically a breakfast sausage corn dog with pancake
Breakfast?
batter.
It's 11 a.m.
breakfast time.
Girl, I woke up like an hour ago, honey. Girl,
I was
it
gonna say,
is 8 a.m. somewhere.
Dylan, no judgment here, okay?
Oh, that was so funny.
Yes, for more BL recommendations, check out Dylan's channel.
I recommend 10 count.
And then when-
Yeah,
That's
10
my
count.
my recommendation.
I love 10 count. Dylan, I'm
There
so
you go.
glad that you enjoy it too, because I know like a lot of people don't.
Desire enjoys it too. I've not read it.
Yeah.
I read a few volumes and I really liked it. Like, it's problematic as hell,
I-
but if you
Oh,
go
I
into
expect-
he's evolving, yay! If you go into that,
yeah, I will say like
like
I don't necessarily think, which I've talked about this on the Yaoi shelf about how like it's not something that I would tell people, yeah, model your relationship after this. Actually, oh wait, in the okay, so a Yaoi Shelf podcast episode is going live today at 5 p.m. Like not live, like,
Ooh.
but I have it scheduled, and we talk
Yes.
about it's the problematic episode, and this is what we talk about. We talk
Ooh.
about problematic things and our feelings, and it's a very good episode. We recorded it like a month ago, and so it was fun to like edit it and listen to like what we said, you know. And I was like, oh wow, no, I still feel like this. Like this is true.
I'm so excited.
Because I mentioned 10 count. We mentioned 10 count because we both also like that one. And I love 10 count. But yeah, I would say liquor and cigarettes for sure. I'm looking at my
Oh, I also really enjoyed Classmates. It's a short 3-volume series.
That's a good one.
I haven't read that one yet. Like
I mean,
a lot of the
I haven't
high school
finished it,
ones
but-
I haven't read, and I'm trying to get myself out of that. Like I don't know what it is, but like when it comes to yaoi,
That particular one doesn't center too much on the high school aspect as much as it centers on the actual relationship,
Mhm.
which you would be okay.
Okay, because I'm just like, I guess I just don't care about. I don't know. Like it's weird, but then I say that, but I'm definitely there have been some high school stories that I found that I really enjoy. So I need to just like
I
branch.
think you
guess
like
I'm-
mine. Shameless plug, but anyway.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I'm gonna love you.
God.
Oh my god.
All right, so currently reading, I'm just going to put up the 2 volumes of manga I read most recently, and that is Blue Flag, Volume 2.
Mm.
Oh, yay. I
At
heard that
the
came out.
end, but I freaking love this manga. Like,
What's it about? Because its name sounds really familiar.
basically, it's about 4 teenagers stumbling and trying to figure out what romantic love means and what it means to them. So they're dealing with
I've started reading that on the.
I like the sound of that a lot.
a lot.
Hmm.
There's all sorts of like a love square. It's so good because you have like you ship both sides of these like potential relationships. Like this is the biggest love triangle ever in this series because he's
I'm excited.
been in love with him for a long time. He has kind of feelings for him, but he thinks that he is in love with his sister-in-law, which is totally not the truth.
Mm.
She likes him and him. Like everybody's shipping everybody together.
That's me, though.
Her best friend is in love with her, but she's wondering if that's really romantic love or not. So she's like tried dating guys and things like that. It's this huge exploration. It is so
I
good.
like that.
And then I kept going with Comey. I still love Comey.
Nice.
Like volume 4, 5, and about the first half of 6 kind of dip because you don't get as much Comey and Tadano, which is part of why I'm here for the series. But we cover Comey and Tadano now, and I'm happy again. So
That's good.
I'm currently still reading Card Captor Sakura. I've been taking my time with it. I'm noticing it's, for me personally, it is not a series that I would binge read. I've been enjoying reading a couple of chapters at a time, because there is.
That one I've just been reading like as the collector's editions come out. I've been reading as they come out.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not is because Bazaar had bought me the omnibus, like the omnibus versions for Christmas, I think. He surprised me with it, and I was like, "Oh, that's really nice," because otherwise I would have had to wait for each collector's edition to come out. But like, I am enjoying it. And I'm actually going to start doing my Clamp series soon. Like, I plan to do it live because I just don't feel like editing.
I'm so excited.
So I'm going to do it live, and like my first live episode about Clamp will be just me ranking my favorite, like from favorite to least. You know what I'm trying to say. And then after that, I'll talk about each individual one, or I might do like 2 or so in each.
Like if some of, like you would probably put a couple of the short ones together and leave the long ones to dedicated videos. Or like your favorites, like Holic will have 1 or 2 videos depending on how in depth you get about it.
Holic and Tsubasa, I think I will have to do together because they have a lot of like crossover. Maybe even Captor Sakura. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, so it's gonna be really fun. I'm excited. But yeah, I'm reading Card Captor Sakura. Also, I've definitely been reading some H manga. We'll just say H. Some H manga.
Speaking of, did you see that Faku and Booker have finally collabed together? So you can now get Faku titles on Booker?
I didn't see that.
Oh my god.
I know, and they're like doing a sale because of it. So y'all,
oh no,
if you like your H manga, like go check out.
Right. Well, I have a video that I'm going to probably upload. It's a solo Thirsty Thursday, and I think I'm going to go ahead and upload it this Thursday, but like do it before we actually do our live. But like it's a really exciting one. I don't want to give anything away, but I will. It's a Faku unboxing because talked to me and were like, "Hey, would you like to review some H manga?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I mentioned, they were like, "Well, let us know what you want." And I was like, "Well, I'm fine with y'all just like picking things and sending me a surprise box because I think it'd be fun." And so they did, and I was like, so I did my unboxing, and I'm very excited.
I'm excited to see it.
I'm so excited because there's some. So yeah, that's basically, honestly, H manga has been like my favorite through this quarantine. Like, it's the ultimate escape. Like, it's because I don't have to I can read it and I don't have to really care if it's problematic or not because it's H manga.
It's H manga.
It's we don't read this expecting for actual plot. So
no, not at all. Okay, you too. What are you currently reading, or what have you read most recently? Oh, by the way, the book I'm reading is the next book in the Black Dagger book.
Oh,
I'm getting another episode of that.
I thought you were about to say "well played," and I'm like, "Excuse me."
No, I'm gonna fangirl forever. I put in for the NetGalley arc. We'll see if I get it.
Me too. And my mom's reading Well Met. She's she's on page 215, which is a few paragraphs before they're in Simon's house. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Yeah! Okay, I need to read this, I guess.
I'm very excited for the house. I'm very excited.
Yes.
So what are you
So-
reading?
What
Dylan?
are you
I'll
guys
go.
doing,
I'll
honey?
go last. What are you reading?
So the only thing I'm really reading right now is Hide and Seek.
Mm.
And I've been really busy with work too lately,
Yeah, you
so
have.
I haven't gone back to it in a while. Oh, excuse me. But I also got a new manga in the mail that G recommended. Actually,
Which
she
one?
tweeted about this a long time ago. It's I don't know how to say it, but it's Glolia. Glolia.
Oh.
Like this is how you say it. This is the wording, and it's like a bunch of alternative manga,
Mm-hmm.
like different chapters from different mangaka, and it looks
Short
really
story
good.
collection. Love it.
Yeah, so it's from different people,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to read it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So many different styles, like
Oh yeah,
of manga. I love it, and it's
I
a
love
beautiful
many
book
different
too.
styles.
It's like soft and buttery too. So I'm
Nice.
gonna read that soon.
Mhm.
Sorry, y'all know I'm playing Animal Crossing right now, right?
It's
Yeah.
okay. Well, I mean, I'm playing.
I'm not-
Pokemon.
I'm listening.
Pokemon music has been playing for this whole stream, so it's totally fine.
No worries. Okay, Melissa.
Well, I'm not reading any manga. I've got the volume 3 of Hide and Seek to read before Thirsty Thursday next week. I'm very excited. But
Yay.
I'm currently reading You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson.
Yes, I'm reading that
like,
too.
200 something, 221 pages in, and I don't really have a lot left, so I'm very excited. I haven't gotten to read outside yet today, or I probably won't get to read today outside because it's just going to be too hot. But like I'm really loving it. It's so soft and so sweet and so just utterly adorable, and like just yes, give me the queer YA softness, please, and like it's heaven, and I'm really happy about it. And like it's I haven't read because I haven't read for the last couple of days because I've just been busy querying and agonizing over my possible future. So no big deal. But it's, so it's just oh my god, just it's so sweet. And like Dylan, you would love it. I'm not sure how far you are. Everybody in this call would love it. I'm just saying that right now, everybody would, because it's just great.
I've only read the first couple chapters, so I'm still getting
well, don't
into
worry.
it.
Once you meet Mac, you're not going to want to stop reading. So yeah,
Yay.
but it's very sweet, very adorable. I would
Is there
highly
an
recommend it.
audiobook version of
I
that?
think so, yeah. And I would also recommend Felix Ever After, which is chilling up there, by Case and
Yes, I
Calendar,
want to read that.
which is probably, I'm just saying it right now, one of the best young adult contemporaries of this of the decade.
Wow.
And we're only in the first year of this next decade, so that's saying something. It's luminous, its own voices, it's just so fucking good. And I'm like, this is the market I'm up against. Are you fucking kidding me?
You're like, well.
And just okay. like it's Felix is amazing. This book is amazing. I just love
It's
I
a tough
just love
market right now.
YA
There's
so
a lot
much.
of amazing stuff written.
Oh my god.
So Margaret's question is
Voices YA.
have you ever spent a ton of money on a volume of manga? I just spent 90 on the 5th omnibus of Oh My Goddess. It's super hard to find in good condition. Yikes. But now I have a series. So have you guys ever invested a ton of money in one particular volume? I invested in a couple of like box sets, but not on like one individual volume. But I kind of refuse to do that. That's why I don't buy out of print stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I was this close to spending $100 on volume 9 of What Did You Eat Yesterday? Because for whatever reason, that volume was like, it was out of print, sold out everywhere. I have no idea what happened, because it's longer than 9 volumes. It's up to like 16.
Right.
I
It's a
think
long
like
one.
in Japan, I have up to volume 14 in English. And so I have no idea why volume 9 was like obscure or something, but I was this close to spending $100. And then an Instagram friend of mine like reached out and was like, "Hey, I have that volume if you want it." And I was like, "Well, I will give you money." And they just gave it to me for free. And I was like, blessed. I hope you are bestowed with all the blessings for giving me this, because I needed it. So I have not had to spend a ton of money on any one volume. I did hear I have a volume of The Heart of Thomas that I found at like randomly at a bookstore or a comic shop in Dallas.
A lot of those are way expensive.
$30. Yeah, I spent regular price for it. Didn't even think I had no idea that it was like out of print and like really expensive. People were like, "Oh my gosh, how much did you pay for that?" And I was like, "Yeah, like $30." Like that. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I was lucky. I was very lucky.
How about you two?
I haven't really like that. But if a single volume is inexorbitantly expensive, I'm like, do I need this? No.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I don't I can't even think of like a massive amount of money I've paid for a book either. Just because like, yeah, I have hundreds of them, but that's over years of collecting. It's not like, oh, if the Hunger Games suddenly went out of print, am I going to pay $900 for the series? No, are you kidding?
No.
I've already read the series.
No.
Just watch
And
the
Battles
movie.
of Songbirds and Snakes. Battles of Songbirds and Snakes, by the way, I haven't read it, but I've heard it's a waste of space, and I'm like, of course it's a waste of space. You had the wrong protagonist. Yeah. Anyway.
What about you, Dylan? How about
I pretty much agree with what Melissa said because, like, for me, books are not like, for me, they're not worth more than cover price for me. So I have trouble spending too much. I almost caved and bought Flower of Life because that one is one I really, really want.
Volume 4.
But yeah.
It's hard to get. I have it, but I got lucky. So yeah, that one's hard.
And I also agree with what Manga Hoarder has said, where if you eventually a volume of manga will find you. Like you'll go into a bookstore someday in your life and you'll find
just
it.
like that volume of Heart of Thomas that you found.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I don't want to spend. I also freaking hate eBay resellers. You are the trolls of the internet. You are not worth $300 for that manga. You can go home, honey. You can go home. You can cry tears of pain and wipe them with that manga because you ain't selling that bitch.
Oh my god, Dylan, this is off topic, but show me your new Tea Turtle hoodie, your Tea Turtle shirt because it's one of their pride designs.
I'm utterly fabulous.
Yes,
I love it.
I bought the Rainbow Dragon one just because it's like its main. Where
there's a Rainbow Dragon one.
Yeah, like is it? Hang on, I think I have it. I'll show it to you. 1 second.
Oh god,
I don't think it's in my laundry.
So the next question is the hours question on Animal Crossing. I know Aisha's put in the most out of all of us. I think.
Oh, Aisha, obviously.
Currently at 275.
You're at 275.
I'm at 275.
I honestly have no idea. I know it's over 300.
I can go look.
All right.
I got real quiet.
The biggest number.
Dylan, it's wrinkled, but
if you want, I can look it up, Aisha. I have it right here.
It's wrinkled, but here
Dylan,
it
look
is.
how cool that is.
What? Oh my god, that's pretty.
Yes, very pretty.
It looks like Haku.
Yes, it does.
I love it.
I also, speaking of clothes, I bought way too much from Torrid because they're having a really good sale. Oh my god, I'm gonna look really cute in our next live stream. That's all I'm gonna say. Yay!
You already look
I was
cute.
gonna say you already look cute.
Thank you. Oh, god.
So
I'm curious.
Dylan knows how many hours I have put
You know, that's an ongoing joke.
I mean, it's gone up since the last time, but it's fine.
Yeah. I have put in, we're just gonna say over 700 hours.
That's what we're gonna say today.
How many?
That's just on the next stream.
I'm gonna do some math real quick.
On the next stream, she'll be at like 800 hours.
Oh my god, I might be at 800 hours already.
No shame, though.
I don't have a job outside of my house. And like I gave the kids an actual summer break this year. So since May, I have not done, like, I've basically not done anything. Like, I get up, I do like my base. I'm a minimalist too, so like I don't have a whole bunch of stuff to do as far as cleaning goes. So I get up, do my little house chores, make sure the youngest is fed because the oldest can feed himself, and then of course, I feed myself, and then I hop back into bed and get Animal Crossing out, and I will
did the math
all day.
I just did the math, and you've played about a month straight.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that's completely accurate. Because that's all I do. Like, well, I mean, like, what else am I supposed to do? I can't go anywhere. So,
That's true.
well, things are actually, you know what? Things are open now because I'm in Oklahoma. Things have been open for a while now, but I just haven't been venturing out because I don't trust it. I don't.
Yeah.
I
don't
don't
trust it either.
Other people. I don't trust that
Yeah.
they're being safe and being
They're
okay.
absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
my concern.
Yeah.
I
Because
know they're
because
not
because
because I
never
work
really
out there.
fully closed. Only like
I see
the
it.
county fully closed down, but none of the other counties did. We were never fully closed. Like I've been working the whole time, all that kind of. So I just don't trust other people. I isolate when I'm out. So though I did finally venture out to the bookstore this week and had a nice.
I missed the bookstore.
I missed the bookstore,
and I couldn't
Like,
even
I
really enjoy
think-
it because I couldn't
like-
just like sit and browse the shelves. Like
Yeah.
I was too
I think I think even more so than the bookstore, just because me and my friends do this every month. We haven't done it for months, but like every month we would meet at our favorite barbecue place and get barbecue and then go to the movies next door. And we haven't been able to do that. And like it's just hard because like it's something all of us love to do together just because we get to chill and hang out and eat really good food and then go watch a movie. And like
That's
we
really
haven't been able to do that. And it's just like I'm waiting for like but then again, like the city soft opened like a couple of weeks ago, but I'm like, it's Manhattan. I'm not fucking going back to Manhattan until this thing is gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't know if movie theaters are going to survive either. Like I could not see them surviving after this.
Yeah.
It'll be hard to
And
say.
it's really sad.
Town that's doing really well because you can be outside.
Oh, that's good.
Actually,
like drive-throughs are probably going to make a huge resurgence.
Oh yeah.
I would love that.
We're going. My husband and I are going to Tulsa tomorrow, which I will. That's a whole other thing. We are not going to Tulsa for the one thing that's happening in Tulsa tomorrow. We are going because this artist that my husband really likes, his name is Mark Reblier or something like that. He's this like dude. He's like this nerdy looking white dude who actually makes really dope music. Like I'm not even. Don't tell my husband I said that, but I actually really do like his music, and he just does it all very like off the cuff, and like he just puts his beats together, and he's really funny. We've seen him once before, actually in Dallas, but he's going to be in Tulsa, and it's a drive-in concert, so he's performing at a drive-in movie theater, and everyone just pulls up in their cars, and you can watch that way. And our anniversary was on. Our anniversary was on the 17th. So whatever day that was, this is like our anniversary weekend, and it'll be our first time kind of getting out and about. I'm really excited. I mean, I will definitely be masking up. But anyway, I think it's going to be fun. So I'm excited about that. But yeah.
One thing that really helps me is that like I've bought masks that like have like cute designs on them, and I realize that's superficial, but I'm like, look, if I'm gonna have to wear a mask, which obviously I do whenever, like I hardly ever go. Like my sister was the first person to get me to go past my mailbox in 3 months, and and even then she was like, look, I'll sanitize my car, like we can wear masks, like you can stay in the car, and we can just go for a drive. And we went for it was the first time I've seen outside of my house in forever, and it was really nice. But I'm like driving around, people were everywhere, like and like no masks at all. I'm like,
I know that.
Does anybody?
Like I said, I don't trust other people. I trust that I'm going to take care of myself, and I'm going to trust that the businesses that I go into are sanitizing and doing their job. It's the other people who aren't doing
it's the other people. And I mean, we saw like even passing by, like just driving around because we went up to the river. We like even just going back, we saw a rally, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah. I usually don't wish bad things on people, but I hope they get corona. That's what I want to say.
All right. So
I
let's
agree.
this question. Anyone else have a hard time DNFing books? For whatever reason, I feel compelled to finish everything I read, even if I hate it.
Nope.
I
had a problem.
As a reviewer, like I always felt the pressure to finish it so I could tell people everything and all the details as to why I wasn't enjoying it. Now, I don't even have a problem. I'm like 100 pages into a book. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm done with this. I'm not going to finish it. I'm not enjoying it. I have a ton more things on my shelf that I'd rather spend my time reading. So no. And sometimes I'm just not in the mood for a book, so I put it down and come back to it later.
Yeah.
And then, so sometimes it's just a matter of like putting it down for a while until you feel like reading it again. Kind of a situation. So it's just a matter of kind of feeling it out for me anymore.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I have no problem with DNFing things, but like you said, sometimes maybe I'm just not in the mood. So I might DNF it and then come back to it later. If I don't
It's what I call a soft DNF, where I'm putting it down just because I'm not in the mood for it. I know I'll come back to it eventually. Like Anna is my most recent example of that. It's like a Korean-inspired retelling of Anna Karenina. So like it's going to be dark, it's going to be depressing, and it's going to be full of a hot mess. There are some times where I'm going to be ready for a hot mess, and that's when I'm going to dive into that book. But at the time, I'm just clean, fluffy, very straightforward kind of stuff. And so put it down for then and jumped to other things. Actually, funny because I ended up going into something technically like darker, but not necessarily messier, if that makes sense.
Right.
It's really funny how that all...
It just depends. Sometimes you might not be in the mood for something. But yeah, if I just don't like something though, I'm just
like I can tell it's just because I don't like it, period. Like I don't like reading, or they've said something super offensive to me. I just put it down and I'm like, no, thank you. Bye-bye.
Because there are times where like not especially lately, but like there are times where like I'm reading a book and like I'm really enjoying it, and then I see something that's like incredibly ableist or like especially like and I'm like, no, I have no time for this because after having no books with disabled characters for my entire life, like except with the exception of one, which was Stoner and Spaz, like now being who I am and writing what I write and knowing the people I know and knowing what I want to see in the industry, I'm like, you had your resources to make sure you didn't do this, but you did it anyway. And so no. And like there have been times where like I've recorded videos that have just been half an hour long rants as to why a certain book is awful. And I'm like, and like I have examples and everything, but I'm like, no, I don't want to like expound my energy to edit this and upload it and whatever else. And there are also
therapeutic to just get the rant out, and then just put it away.
And there are also times where I'm just like, do I really feel like I'm in the mood for this book right now? No, but like I love it when like I'm obviously really into a book and like I don't want to stop reading it. Like you should see me in a Crown or Felix Ever After, and like. So like those like but and like if I know I'm not really in the mood for a book, it's fine to put it down. If I know I don't like a book, I'm not wasting my time. Like especially right now, I am far too busy to waste my time doing stuff that isn't conducive. So like why waste your time with a book you don't enjoy? Like that doesn't make any sense. Because like I get it for like as somebody who's been in BookTube since like the summer of 2010, like before publishers were giving out sponsorships and arcs, and before people were on, before BookCon existed, before panels with booktubers were on there and everything, like before like before performance trumped everything else. I'll just say that
it was much more organic.
It was much more organic. Like and like I get the pressure to want to finish something so you can talk about it organically. But as somebody who's been on BookTube for 10 years. Like I'm sorry, but like I just don't feel the pressure to do that at all. Like that
Like
just
I said,
like
I
that
used
to
to
me
feel that early on in my channel, but I don't now.
yeah. And it's just not something that like, because like, okay, what? Like, just because I didn't enjoy a book and I finished it anyway, does that mean I'm going to enjoy editing a review for it? No.
Right.
Because I have
Right.
to listen to me talk about it again. Like, that's not, no.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
And
not
I'm to
something
the
I
point
like.
where, like, I still use Goodreads. I know everybody's like, stop using Goodreads, but I'm like, I still use it.
Oh,
I
wait.
I love Goodreads.
Think
Why are
about,
people telling you not to use Goodreads? What the hell?
are they racist? That's the only
you
reason.
can Google it.
Homophobic or
Goodreads
something?
isn't racist, but people are saying the reviewers on Goodreads are racist. So
Oh, well,
Oh.
Well,
Hey,
reviewers
that
on
has
Goodreads
nothing-
are ableist
Yeah,
as fuck,
that has-
too. No one's doing anything about that. But that's another
Right.
story.
yeah, that's, I
right.
mean,
So it's
That
one
has
of
nothing to
those
do with the
things where
site,
it's like,
though.
it's
No,
one
it
of those
doesn't.
things where it was happening when everybody was just kind of mad and kind of attacking everyone who wasn't necessarily like saying something, and that's how that
Yeah.
happened. So, anyways, I still use it. But what I do, like when I DNF a book, I don't give it a star rating, and I just say I did not finish. I stopped here. This is why I didn't finish it.
Mhm.
Because I'm not going to pull down their rating just because I didn't get along with the book. Because there were
That's
people
fair.
who love it. Like
yeah.
that's just a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, side note, going back to Goodreads, I don't actually use Goodreads, not because of any of that. I just
For me,
kind of like
you gotta navigate them now, so that's
I
why.
just don't, it's kind of like what like it's kind of like how I have a Mal account, but I don't use it because I just don't find those sites useful for me personally because I already talk about the stuff that I read. Like I can't. What's the word I'm looking for? Like I need to just focus on one spot. So
Mhm.
That's fair.
yeah. So for me, I'm just like I don't even use those things anyway. But that's so interesting. That's I didn't know.
Right.
We'll have to talk about that later because I didn't. I didn't know that was.
Dylan, how about you? Do you have a hard time or no?
I do, especially since I read so much yaoi. And I mean, I agree with Aisha about like it's not. They're not written to be about you, yeah. But I still don't want to read the tropes. And if I find a trope in a BL, like an old BL, usually, I'll just stop reading it. I won't. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's certain and I agree also with Aisha about like with your with hentai too. Like I will still like flip through the book even if I have certain problems with it. Like because I still like guys getting it. Like
like I'll
it's
just look at the
fine.
pictures.
Yeah, it's just when they try to make it a story that's
creepy.
That's really weird, and like it's so unfortunate because I bought. I'll show you what I bought. It's right here, right in my yaoi pile. I guess I bought it because of the cover. It's Manic Short Shots, and they're wearing jock straps. And I was like, this is gonna be so great. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, no.
And
it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was funny at first, and I was laughing, and then it was just like he got too much, and I put it down. And it was unfortunate.
Yes. On that note, any recent Yuri reads?
I'm
still doing research on the kind of Yuri that I really love and trying to find more of it. So once I have that, I will be talking about it. I really want recommendations from you, Lythus. Like, we'll chat.
So I actually my last solo Thirsty Thursday, most recent one, I decided to just randomly go on Faku.
It's Office Lady 365.
Yeah, it's Office Suite. Office Suite, like SWEET 365, and there's I think I talked about 3 chapters on the video, but there's like 6 or 7. I bought all of them. I haven't read all of them yet because I want to. I'm trying to decide if I want to just read them on my own or like do a follow-up video to that or something. But I mean, you can watch the video and see like my reaction.
Aisha has a thing for Office Ladies anyway.
I do, and it was just. It was like, it was just all these things that I really enjoy. I was not expecting that. Like, I honestly, because I've searched for Yuri on Faku before, and things popped up that like I just wasn't interested. A lot of it is like high school, and again, like and y'all know when it comes to high school stories, I do not want to see explicitness. In me personally, like if somebody else wants to, I'm not judging. I don't want to see it because it just kind of kills it for me. Like if I'm going into something knowing it's explicit, I want the characters to fit into what I enjoy, if that makes sense. Like, and so I've searched Yuri on there before and didn't really find anything that I enjoyed. That popped up and I was like, office.
Excuse me?
That's exciting.
Like, is this happening?
And I just, oh my gosh, I just loved it so much. I loved it. So, and one of my plugs for some Dojin stuff, like through I think probably everyone knows who it's, how do you pronounce his name? Takahashi, I think is what his name is. I'm probably saying it wrong, but he is I think he's one of the editors for Itadori Comics, which is they have like Aqua and another one as well, Sakura, I think. But anyway, so this mangaka named Nemu, she's the one who writes the monster hentai that I really like.
Ooh, okay.
He she put out some more stuff.
Okay.
And I haven't read it yet because he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, Nemu has a new series, a new chapter. Do you want the code for this?" And I was like, "Do I want? Really? Of course."
It's not a question I really need to ask.
I love that they reached out to you about that. That's great.
My gosh. And the main girl is brown skinned. And when I saw that, I was like,
yes,
that's awesome.
I don't know who the monster is.
Black skin girls.
I was like, hey. So yeah, that's been me with my Yuri hentai, all that stuff.
All right, have either of you read any Yuri?
Not recently. The last Yuri I read was Kaze-san and Yamada, and like volume 2 of that series, I don't know when it's coming out. There's not even a page like anywhere for it, so I'm guessing it got slowed down because of everything. But like it's just great. It's very soft and just so like we didn't have to get them in college, but we do, and it's great because I loved the first series so much. So I'm happy about that.
Yay!
Yeah.
Sorry, was that a yes or a no from you, Dill?
That was a no from me because, like, I mean, the only thing I have done is my friend. I also have Yuri in the pile. Hello. My friend has started reading Yuri, Even Eve recently, and so I flipped through it again because I love this one a lot. I love it so much. Yeah, it's good.
I love Even. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Like, what's it about?
It's an anthology, and it's like they're very sci-fi story. Like a lot of the stories are very sci-fi, which I really enjoy. Yeah, you would just have to like. It's hard to say what it's about because it's like different couples and in different situations. I will say that tropes that you may or may not like. There is a pregnancy thing, which I know a lot of people. I think Shay, you're kind of about the.
Well, it depends on how it's done.
Right.
If I go in knowing that it's going to happen, I'm usually okay. So
this one, it's a weird. It's kind of. I found it interesting. It's a weird story because it's like
it's one of those when they throw it in as like a plot device or like an extra like add-on to the.
Okay. This is actually like a big part.
Accidental pregnancy is where it's bad. Like if they're married and they had wanted to get pregnant or something, like that's different.
Right.
Like, it's a whole just hooking up without a condom automatically pregnant thing. Well, like to me.
That makes sense. Now this is more like they want to like because they of course they're lesbian. So, and this is like during kind of like an like a post-apocalyptic type thing. So they don't know if they can have kids, because it's like we don't have. There's no one else, and I don't want to give it away, I guess. But there's a thing that happens. It is kind of strange, but it's interesting. It's very sci-fi. I really enjoy that series a lot, or that book a lot. I know there are people who don't like that you can't see nipples and other parts, but I know what they look like.
If you want those things,
and I'm like, I know what nipples look like.
All right, real quick, I'm going to answer this. I don't have my hands on it yet. My local store doesn't have it, and so I will be ordering it. But the cover is like one of the most stunning covers in the entire series. I'm here.
Let me look that up because I'm behind on that series, but I love it.
Ladies
I
on
love it so much.
Right, we love to see it.
Like I love it so much, and I'm just it's unlike any manga series that's out there.
I love that.
There's more love. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Time on my channel. Have you tried sites like Book Depository for manga volumes you're looking for? I have, but they're usually more expensive than if I wait here in the US for a couple weeks. So I usually just wait.
I've never tried Book Depository. For some reason I thought that was like a UK thing. So no, I haven't used them. I'm trying to think of like sites like that. Do they sell like secondhand or something? Like what?
No, they're basically a UK based book or rather literature distributor. But the thing with them is it's free shipping. It's free shipping worldwide. I think a few countries are excluded because I know my friend Sai, who's in India. They don't ship to him, and he's upset that he can't get Felix Ever After.
A lot of places.
Okay. So yeah, I've never used them. I mean, I use Right Stuff a lot, but I know that a lot of people don't use them because they're shipping, especially like outside of the US. So yeah, I don't know of any other sites like Book Depository. Is there? Well, no, I won't mention them. Never mind. I was gonna say another book one, but I won't say them because I know that there's some.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about then.
I know.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Yeah, I've just heard through the grapevine.
All right, Chad, I'm really sorry if we've scarred you.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, well.
Thirsty.
Oh, okay.
Oops, if we did, I'm very sorry, friend.
Sorry.
Favorite anime and or manga tropes and least favorite.
Ooh, nice.
Y'all are really trying to keep us on here for longer.
We don't have long enough to discuss this. We will have to do a dedicated stream to this discussion.
That's a good idea. Oh, good idea.
I would like that a lot.
More along favorites and least favorite tropes because we could spend hours on that.
Can we expand that to books too? Because I have a whole lot of shit to say.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
All right, good.
So
put a pin in that.
You have inspired our next stream. Make you tune in. I'm not sure
I made the thumbnail for the stream, so in honor of you, I'll get like clip art owls and put them like all over the thumbnail.
That'll be cute.
That'll be great. All right.
Oh yeah, I was trying to flip through it and find it.
I haven't read it yet.
What is this scene? Hold on. Let me think.
Oh, is it the one where they talk about the tops and bottoms?
It could be that.
I like that story.
Let me grab it because I want to. It's been a little bit since I read it, and I haven't reread it. Oh, I just opened up.
I know.
Really.
I know what you opened up to.
Ooh, I forgot. Okay, I can't look at this one because I like that too much, so I'm not gonna look at it while we're on this.
Sucker into it.
Oh no, I'm gonna sit here and just like read it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta reread it so I can remember which scene. Because I'm sure there are several scenes that had me just like giggling. It's so good. I love it. Oh my gosh.
It could even be okay. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to talk about
I know.
the stuff. Let's not do that.
Right.
Maybe if it's on mine or Aisha's channels.
Right. Yes.
Right. So this is another like recommendation of where you can try to pick things up from.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard about them.
You did a good job. So if somebody's looking to be a little better about that, like there's a good option for you.
Yeah, I've
And you
used
can
them
also
before.
support and you can also support indie bookstores too. Just because,
Yes,
because you
please
can go to
do.
I think it's like bookshop.org or something. It's like bookshop something, but also there's also IndieBound. You could also go directly. Yes, you could also go directly
I love this.
to to a particular bookstore's website, and they usually let you like order from there. Because I recently ordered I'm Not Dying With You Tonight from a Black-owned bookstore in New York City. So I'm very excited to have supported them. I think it's the Lip Bar.
That's
so
cool.
I think it's literally part bar,
Lip
part bookstore. And
Ooh,
so I'm very
that sounds
excited to
fun.
support them. And I've also like
people.
pre-ordered a book from I pre-ordered a book from what was it? From Books Are Magic in Brooklyn. And because like if you pre-ordered from there, you are able to get a signed copy in addition to the awesome pre-order swag for Now That I Found You. And I'm like, just give me that because that pre-order swag, that pre-order swag, y'all, literally has a map of each location in New York City that the characters visit, in addition to adorable art. And I'm like, listen, you had me at the tacky ass orange subway seats because of course that's what we have. But like, you also had me at this. Yes,
That's
please.
really cute.
So,
That's adorable.
yeah, but also there's my favorite indie books of wonder, which entirely caters to children's. So it's they're picture books, they're YA, and they're beautiful and amazing, and they just do such good work. They've been around since like before my sister was born, so I'm very happy that they've survived this long. So yeah, and just I've been recently into like more so supporting indies when I can, and just because like, especially if they're like in my home, I'm like, look, we need bookstores, especially in the city. So like I can't, like as a publishing professional, I can't in good conscience like see those disappear. Like that would like rip my heart from my chest. So I'm supporting them however I can nowadays. So that's really nice. Yeah.
You love to see it.
Okay, so we had some new licenses drop from Kodansha.
Oh, I didn't look it up. Dang it, I forgot.
I didn't look at it either.
You'll have to enlighten us.
I will. I'm pulling up the thread on Twitter to make sure I don't miss any of them real fast. So.
Awesome.
Oh wait, while you're looking at that, I saw the comment about Melting Lover. I actually talked about it in one of my videos. And Dylan, I forgot that I told you that I was gonna send you a copy. Spoiler alert. Yeah, spoiler alert. I now have 2 copies because Baku didn't know that I already had that one. So
that's great.
I'm gonna send you one and just keep the other because like I started to regret getting rid. I was like, I kind of do want to keep this. So the universe was like, here you go, girl. So I am gonna send you.
That's great.
I'm gonna send you the one that's still packaged because it's like fresh.
Yay.
Because I remembered when I was open, I was like, I told Dylan I was gonna send him a copy, and I forgot.
That's okay.
It's been for months, but
that's all right.
Melting Lover is interesting. I do have a video about it on my channel. I can't remember which video. I'll look, and if you're curious, I'll have it linked somewhere. But yeah,
I'm curious about it.
Read. Interesting.
All right.
I know you mentioned it somewhere.
The title that they mentioned was Star-Crossed by Junko. This is the same mangaka that did and it's the latest madcap comedy from Junko, the creator of the hit geek girl rom-com manga and anime Kiss Him Not Me. Asuza is a mega fan of Prince for You, an idol group worshipped by girls around the world. When she tries to save the lead singer's life, they both end up dead instead, and a series of mishaps in heaven put them back on Earth in each other's bodies.
That sounds
right now.
Oh,
I need it.
Tapped into that in the same way Kiss Him Not Me tapped into yaoi culture. So
that sounds
all the
great.
K-pop loving people.
That's exciting, actually.
All right. The next one is a BL called The Summer of You or My Summer of You. The release date is set for spring 2021. A wistful summer blossoms between 2 high school boys finding themselves and each other through a shared love of movies in this dramatic 2-volume BL series. Perfect for fans of the Sunspot.
Ooh.
You have
Chiharu Seiki and Wataru Toda, sorry if I'm butchering these names, guys, I'm doing my best, are 2 high school students who share a common hobby. They love to watch movies. After they meet, they become fast friends until one day when Chiharu confesses his love for Wataru. Wataru says that Chiharu's confession doesn't bother him, and the boys continue throughout their summer going to pilgrimages to see film spots of their favorite movies. But the more time he spends, Wataru realizes that he may not be as unaffected by Chiharu's confession as he claimed to be, but those feelings may also be mutual.
Ooh.
That sounds
cute.
fantastic,
That sounds
and
so
I need it in my life right now, especially because the last volume in I Hear the Sunspot was recently announced, so that's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming, and like,
Cool.
I'm still not over the like a particular panel in I Hear the Sunspot, like at all. And because, like, as a disabled person, having I Hear the Sunspot, and I'm sorry for bringing a lot of things back to disability, but we did have like no representation.
That
at
is
all.
that is your life, sweetie. Like, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, anyway, because like seeing disability in manga was amazing, and then seeing it represented so organically and just so well was just a completely other thing. Because like I was like I'm nervous. Is it gonna be like poor representation or what? I'm like, okay, I don't know what work you did, but you perfect. You did great. And like I'm not gonna give context of anything at all. But like the thing that broke me is that Kohei, the boy with the hearing disability, signs "I love you," and the main boy doesn't fully understand what that means until like 5 panels later, and I'm like, destroy me right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Like it was like, oh my god. Like that, like I Hear the Sunspot is if you're new to yaoi, like, and some of you may be, like,
that's a good
it's
one.
fine because there's nothing like that's gonna surprise you. It doesn't, it's not wrapped in plastic or anything, so you're okay. It's like, just don't read Yaoi
It's very
Bitch Club as your
wholesome.
first yaoi. That's all I have to say.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's one that I like though.
It's called Chasing After Aoi Koshiba. It's
Ooh.
BL.
It is a BL? Oh my god. That
It's a
sounded
BL.
like a shoujo. That's what I was like.
So it's a Yuri.
Oh, Yuri. Okay.
Oh.
That's cool.
BL. So the first
GL. Okay.
manga from the creator of the popular melodrama Masamune Kun's Revenge.
I've
Yeah.
heard of that.
Yep, I've heard of the anime.
Teaming up with the acclaimed illustrator Fly. Let's see. At her high school reunion, a woman reminisces about the shallow girl she was in high school and her absent first love who taught her so much. So it's going to be like a reminiscing on the romance that they had. So it'll be kind of flashback style. I kind of love the idea of that. And then they're doing a new branch off of Cells at Work. Not super interested in that, if I'm honest.
Me neither.
Okay, so Vertical, who is a branch of Kodansha, has this one coming out called Haru's Curse. This is set for February 2021. After Natsumi's younger sister and best friend Haru dies at the age of 19, she begins dating Haru's fiance Toga on the condition that he take her only to places he had taken her sister. Their relationship deepens as the seasons pass, but Haru's curse lies between them. Will there be happiness after Haru's curse is broken?
That sounds messy.
It sounds like
it does.
It sounds like Scum's
Kind of
Wish, but
different.
yaoi or Yuri.
I
And like,
it seriously sounds like a hot mess, but I kind of hot mess, like where I'm gonna love every
That's
second.
exciting.
Oh, that sounds
Like I'm not afraid to go for the messy. Like they're not, and I love them for that.
whew.
Yeah.
I could never. Can you imagine? Couldn't be me. Could not be me dating my sister. Absolutely not. I'll read about it though. I'll read about somebody else doing it, but I
Never
wouldn't.
been in real life, but watching somebody else go through that train wreck, I want. popcorn.
That is
Right.
Because like honestly, probably one of my favorite guilty tropes in fiction, especially in YA, is like when a character's sibling passes away and they end up falling in love with their brother or sister's boyfriend or girlfriend, and I'm like, I know it's problematic as fuck, but like it's
right. You're like,
it's because it's interesting. I mean, I'm not talking about like Rumbling Hearts kind of level bullshittery. Like that's a completely like no. That shit completely not recommended. Is it funny to watch reviews of it and see it torn down? Absolutely. I mean, if you haven't seen Ann America's review, oh no, is it Ann America? Yeah, Ann America's review of Rumbling Hearts, he took it down in a 25 episode video series.
Oh
my
god.
god.
And it is fantastic.
That's crazy because the show's only like 12 episodes.
Wait, no, it was it 25? It may have been like no, it was like a series of videos. It's messy as hell, but like it's also it's just so good because I'm like there you go. Because like believe me, nobody in the show questioned why the doctor was smoking in a patient's room, but he certainly did.
Oh my gosh.
All right, the last announcement we have here is it's called The School Frozen in Time. The manga is by Naoshi Arakawa, and it's based on the novel by Mizuki Sugimura. On a snowy school day like any other, classmates and childhood friends Hiroshi and Mizuki arrive at school to find the campus eerily empty. Before long, they find themselves trapped inside with 6 other friends and an even stranger. All the clocks have stopped at a very specific moment, the exact time when a former classmate jumped off the school roof to their death 3 months earlier. It turns out that the departed friend is their way out of their current predicament and may even be among their group, but no one can remember who it was that took their life on that. The students must face themselves and their past memories to piece together the identity of the suicide victim or risk a similar fate with their lives lost and forgotten inside these frigid school walls.
Ooh.
So that's going to be on the intense side, it sounds like. I don't necessarily be my thing, but I'm willing to try it. Because I didn't think Not Your Idol was going to be my thing, and I'm all over that crap. So
yeah. That just sounds, for me personally,
it sounds psychological. It sounds like
I will, without giving too much of my own my own life, suicide.
It's too close to home.
It's a little bit of a soft, like it's a trigger for me.
Yeah.
Not that I let me clarify and say that I've never attempted or anything like that, but just it's a thing that I've been surrounded by within my family and things like it. Just I don't really love story like when I read what was it Mars? Yeah, Mars has kind of like that element in there. It's not like it is a
Bye, Margaret.
Bye.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll look at I might.
I like to read the whole description when I'm talking about new releases like that, because there are some people who are gonna have triggers like that.
Right.
Just kind of like be cautious. So since I know suicide is a trigger that a lot of people have, that's why I'm not like mention when that's in my reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got chills listening to that.
I just don't. It's how I am.
Right.
Because I've gone into a book and gotten triggered because nobody mentioned it. So I don't like to do that to other people.
Right. Yeah.
And especially lately, how people like I'm not sure like what exactly the protocol is because because even though people have been calling for it for years, it's still a relatively new implemented thing. Where like I think like after the title page, there'll be a page where it'll be like, in case you are sensitive to these topics, this book contains X, Y, and Z.
Sometimes there's like an author's note
that
goes into pretty good detail about the triggers.
Yeah.
Coral
exactly.
But
even just having it like before you get to chapter 1, like that is like that's great. And like
I like that.
Like if Heartstrings is the book that gets me like an agent and gets me a deal and gets me on shelves, I'm gonna have to think about what triggers I have to put in there because like I know for a fact like anxiety attacks, ableism, like like those two main things are things that are in the book, but they have to be in the book. So basically right now it's anxiety attacks, ableism, and use of derogatory slang towards disability, and like that hurt. Like the scene where I had to write the R word, like not calling it the R word, like that emotionally destroyed me for the rest of the day because like I remember what it's like to be called that in high school, and like it. And like now it's in the book 2 times, so that's great. And you're like, but like at the same time,
organically, it feels like you have to do that because
because it's not something that we talk about unless it's in the disabled community, but it has to be talked about because like people can't use the word crippled if they're referring to us. We can use that word. People like disability isn't a bad word at all. Like use that. Don't use differently able. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, are you kidding?
The fact that people think that it's okay to call someone this like crippled, like, no, I'm not surprised. You know what? I'm not even surprised. I'm not surprised.
I mean, my least favorite one is special needs or differently abled. I'm like, no. My needs aren't special just because I need to live same as you. Like they're not special. It's a basic human need.
Right. People.
Well, I think special needs happened because people had to jump from the R word to something. They gave them something that felt safe at the time, but that no one was safe.
And like there are still offices
it has to evolve again.
And then there are still places that are called like blank mental retardation or whatever, and I'm like, that's not acceptable anymore. Like, So what do you have to do to fit? Like what takes? Like how hard is it to fix it? Apparently, it's astronomical, even though it's not that hard. So it's just a matter of trigger warnings. They are important, and like as somebody who writes for teenagers, I have to be mindful of those because like I do not want like I'm not gonna like tell a disabled reader, oh, don't worry, you'll never be called that. I'm not gonna lie to them because they already have been. That's not right. Like that. Like I wrote heartstrings.
No magic cure all. Like they're ignorant and stupid people in the world.
Because I mean, I wrote heartstrings pretty much as a direct response to when Cody Lee was being marketed on America's Got Talent because he is a blind autistic man and he was and he is an amazing musician. But like all marketing focused on
coming.
Like all of it was being focused on was how he was overcoming his disabilities and how he was amazing despite his disability. And I'm like, shut up. just shut up.
Yeah.
Like, and I fully like
don't put him on this pedestal. No. Doesn't have to be there. Yeah, he might not look like your other contestants.
No,
that doesn't matter.
And like the thing is, he won America's Got Talent because of that inspiration porn marketing, which pissed me off. And then in the next season, there was Ryan Niemeyler, who is a disabled comedian, and he didn't get as far as Cody because he was able to make jokes about how uncomfortable able people are with us, and nobody liked it. And I'm just like, I mean, he was loved,
and
but
you're like, I never did.
Yeah, and I'm like,
that's
oh
amazing.
My god, like and because he was like, oh yeah, I was gonna shave for this, but I didn't have 4 hours and a pint of blood I could afford to lose, and I'm like, that is relatable as fuck.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That is beautiful, but just basically, just moral of the story: trigger warnings necessary, and if you're able, let's get the fuck out of my mentions. Yeah. Don't I don't need your $2 for your eventual pity purchase of heartstrings. I don't need it. No. Actually, yes, I do, but like I don't need you to buy my book.
Well, that's the thing that I'm worried about right now with publishing and stuff, because right now a lot of Black authors are getting that huge boost and what's going to happen to those authors when that when it's
It's
outside of the,
Yeah.
once this phase is over, what's going to happen to them? I mean, I've taken this time to educate myself more. I mean, I've never openly been racist.
Right.
But I can't say that I haven't not spoken up when I should have on certain things. And I'll own that. Like, I think as anyone white, we have moments that we're all guilty. And we can all do better and do more. So I've taken this time to educate myself. I've been seeking out new authors that are Black because I've never intentionally sought a Black author. I mean, I've picked them up as I've found their stories interesting, but I've never thought to seek it out because I've never thought to educate myself on like any other culture. Like, naturally, I started to gravitate towards Asian cultures because of my other habits and other hobbies, but I hadn't sought out to educate myself on Black culture. And that's what I'm in the process of doing, getting to know their lore through fantasy and getting to know other things through their contemporaries.
Right.
So I'm working on educating myself. And so I'm seeking out new authors. I'm asking people for recommendations because I want to get to the good stuff and I want to celebrate the good stuff. I mean, this month alone, I had 3 on my TBR as it is, but I've thrown in another one that I wanted to anyway and picked up a few others. And, it's just, I think we all need to remember to stay educated.
Yeah.
I like what you said about like being interested in like say or like leaning more toward
mythology.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like I just had a thought of there are a lot of people in the manga and anime space who will go out of their way to learn things about people that yes, we have Japanese Americans, but they'll go out of their way to pull in cultural products from another country before they will actually learn about the culture of people who like
within their own community.
Right.
It's like you see Black people I don't care what town it is. Like I'm from Oklahoma, and even in this little town that I live in, we have Black people. Like not a whole lot of us, but we're here. And it's just like insane to me how usually a white person can like tell me all these things about Japanese culture, a country that they've never even been to, but they
haven't educated themselves on their own culture.
Don't know that today is Juneteenth, or they don't know that I wash my hair, like just like really dumb things. And I'm like, what? How do you not? Like, it's so strange. It's so strange.
Yeah.
People, Black people have a culture. Like Black people, we know we have a culture because we have shared experiences. You know, like you watch.
And so I'm trying to learn about your culture more because I realize there's a lot more for me to learn. I mean, a great example of just like Black culture in the U.S. as it is now, great book example of that is Real Men Knit by Kwana Jackson. It was marketed as a romance, which I think did it a disservice. I think it should have just been the fiction section.
Right.
Because the romance was there, but that wasn't the primary focus. The primary focus was the community of this around this little yarn shop in Harlem. The mom dies and the sons, these big burly Black men, all decide to keep the shop. And so it's
sorry.
Dylan,
that's how the community.
You should have started with that.
Like,
you're early in your life.
To make sure it doesn't have to shut down.
And Black girl.
Community than the romance. The romance felt like a plot. Community plot.
You've done Isha in. She's out of commission for a second.
Anyways,
I'm flushing. Leave me alone.
I loved it. So I highly recommend that book for anybody who
Check
has
it out. Yeah.
And
there's also
just like get a look at what Black culture in modern America looks like.
Yeah.
For me, it was like refreshing, and it would have gotten a way lower rating had I not enjoyed seeing that part because that's just kind of meh for me. So don't go.
But if it was in the fiction section, do you think you would have reacted to it differently without the preconceived expectations?
If if it hadn't been marketed as a romance, it would have gotten a higher rating for sure.
So, because I've been curious about it since it was announced, I think, but like
Because that one, like, it's not. It's
like romance is there, but it's not like the forefront of the plot.
Following books will have more romance in them now that they've kind of established the community and the shop.
Okay.
Oh, there's gonna be
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a series because there's multiple others and only one got their romance in this one.
So it's gonna be kind of like
actually it makes sense for it to.
So it's gonna be kind of like the Brown sisters. Like you're thinking it's gonna go that route. Ooh. Interesting.
By the way, take a hint, Danny Brown.
I still haven't read Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I need to read that, and then I'll read Danny Brown. So.
Yes, but Danny Brown is the bicon of our dreams. She is a curvy woman who's bi, and she's a witch. Like, what's not to love of her?
All right, I need to
start reading real books. I'm gonna have to start reading now. Like
I'm telling you, the only thing that I did not like is this happens with any romance that I read. The second I'm in a sex scene and they use the C word, I can't. Like,
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I've been listening to the Reluctant Royals series, and when she says the C word, I'm just like, I want to like vomit.
That's why Danny Brown couldn't get 5 stars because it had the C word in the sex scene.
Like I don't understand why romance.
Fantastic otherwise.
I don't understand why romance.
We're in a sex scene. I just say it.
I mean, like trust me. Like whichever one of my books
is not a sexy word. It's a different word.
It's never going to be included.
It's not a sexy word.
Just say.
It may not have as much like. It might not be as big of a deal over in the UK. That's where Talia Hibbert's from. That's part of it. But for me, it just pulls out.
Because it's such a harsh.
Ooh, Dylan, you said ooh. What's ooh?
I have a package on my front door.
Go get it!
Go get it! Live unboxing.
Okay.
Yes. And by the way, the guy in Danny Brown, his name's Zafir. He is my new book boyfriend. Like, he is the softest. He reads romance novels. He owns a charity to teach young men who are doing sports about embracing all sides of themselves so they don't fall into toxic masculinity. Like, I love
that. Is perfect.
I love
he is so great. And there's this whole moment where, like, he basically has to rescue Danny from, like, an elevator after, like, a drill. And he, like, princess carries her out of the building and it gets caught on camera. Man. And that's what kind of starts the whole book. Like,
that's the wrong hand.
He's I love him. So you have to read it, okay? Okay.
Nice.
Just
you'll have to send me links.
In the sex scene, so.
Ugh. That.
Yeah,
so unfortunate.
By the way, Dylan, I still have your stuff. I'm getting it shipped. It's in the back of the forgetting to take it to the freaking post office instead of the weird ship place.
That's okay. You're fine.
Because I went to them and asked about it, and they're like, "Yeah, we have no idea." And I'm just like, "Okay, fine. I'm not shipping through you anymore."
Yeah, that was really weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
so that's all right.
I'll pay for shipping again. It's fine, babe.
Dylan, is that something that you can open up on camera?
I mean, well, partially and partially not. So I'm going to do it anyway. Well, it is. But ironically, I also bought underwear. So
don't show us your underwear, but show us the other things.
Well, oh shit! I'm gonna stab myself. That's not good.
Don't stab yourself.
You have an actual pair of scissors. I ask you this all the time. Okay, good. All right.
But it's still, if I slip, it's still gonna do something. Oh, what the heck is this? Oh, that is underwear. It's just in a weird packaging. Okay, goodbye. Oh my gosh.
I had to order socks today.
So can you guess who? Oh, no, not my other.
Don't show your address. We can't edit this.
I know.
But speaking of your address, I need your address for your birthday present, which Aisha and Shay know what I'm getting you for your birthday. So I need your birthday present. I need your address for your birthday present.
Okay, well, I will send that to you.
Do I know what you're getting him?
Yes, I sent it in the thing. There's
We'll tag you.
it has the word daddy in it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, that.
Oh.
That's the only hint you're getting, babe.
Oh shoot! I have another thing too. I'll get that in a second, actually, because I have something Animal Crossing related as well. So we can just do an unboxing. So yay! So I got I got sad, and I was like, I need to buy underwear, so I'm gonna buy manga too. So why not? So I got the Love Me, Love Me Not.
Yay!
So I have a whole story I will tell you guys off air about a certain company that I purchased from and had a bad experience. So I finally bought this. And I'm excited to finally read it because I know you both have really enjoyed this, and I'm excited.
Yes.
Very excited for Volume 3 coming out in like 2 weeks.
I need to get mine.
Wow, yeah.
I'm so behind.
Business kept up with their schedule, man. Like, there's a few.
I know. I need to catch up.
For the most part, they've stayed current with their stuff. Excited.
I'm behind. I'm so behind. Go ahead. Sorry.
The other thing, the other manga that I bought was BL Metamorphosis.
Oh, I didn't watch that one either.
I need to read it. I'm very excited.
I need to
Oh
buy
my gosh,
it.
I'm excited to read it.
Oh, really?
Volume 2?
Wow.
Really?
Okay.
Oh.
I was doing some
Yes.
research yesterday about what's still publishing next month, and I'm like, yes, we're getting more. The other
God.
Yay.
This looks really cute.
Like Kodansha has a handful that are going to be in print next month. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to read it.
Because there's so much.
Ooh.
I've just been
I
kind of
see
like
her BL collection.
I know, right? And like you get snippets of the
That's
beat
great.
that the teenager and the grandma are both reading together too in it. Like it's
That's adorable.
so good.
I'm excited to read it. Now I just want to read it.
oh, yawning. Oh no.
You're
Well,
good.
it seems like things are kind of starting to wind down in the chat. So let's just go ahead and wrap things up for today.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
thank you all for joining us. We've had a fabulous time talking, as you guys
This
can
was so much
see.
fun.
This is going to be a fairly regular thing. We haven't really figured out how often, but anytime we feel like getting together and chatting, we'll be on somebody's channel. So make sure you're subscribed to every one of these lovely people. They are all down in the description. So make sure that you go and give them a follow. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.